Well, it feels like the world could blow up at any minute. At least the Western world, because that's all I know about. I don't know about the East, so I'm not going to talk about what I don't know. I only know about that, and it feels like that's going to blow up at any second, so. Anyway, whatever. Yeah. Um, so, this is why it's, I think, an infrastructure problem, and it's an alliance. Probably they're unaware they're doing this, or semi unaware. It's an alliance between the unspoken, between these, and then the sheeple just going along with it, basically. Um, so that's really why. Um, so that that's why. Yeah, it's yeah. Um, People will ignore it until it's unignorable. Until it, yeah. But anyway, so that this is why. It's not because of any, individual laziness or whatever. And as I've said, capitalists are not individualists. They practice extreme nepotism. They just lie about individualism so that people, they don't have competition, basically. So yeah. So the idea may be to go with the chopping the wood fuel with the single-edged axe and trying replacing labour with using labour to replace money, if possible, even if it's 10% or 22%, anything, and then hopefully it can self-run like the off-grid version of passive income, the non outside the system version, yeah, not the on-grid system, yeah, the off system equivalent of it. Maybe it can. Anyway, just a thought. If somehow you someone could get set up off system, then it could eventually run itself in some capacity. You know. So you know. No, I'm rubbish because I'm a luddite and I like physical media, like disc video games and DVD discs. So I like old technology and physical media, and I hate new digital and non. Uh, typing in millions of passwords and it takes ages and it's inefficient. And it takes longer than the old-fashioned way. Which makes no sense because it's meant to be more efficient the higher technology gets, but it obviously hasn't worked that way. Because with the digital way you have to type in millions of passwords. It's very inefficient, so that they can steal your data unconstitutionally, but whatever. Again, sheeple are going to go along with that until they're getting smashed in the face with a flipping baseball bat, and even then I don't know if they'd notice, you know, with the corruption, metaphorically I mean, with the corruption. Um, Laptop, this, budget, laptop, I don't know the difference, and I don't know how to use, I've got one, and I've got a webcam, good quality budget cam, um, for live streaming, I don't know. I don't know. Feels like it's gonna blow up any second. Anyway, sorry, don't be negative. Solutions, off system, bushcraft is cheap. That is why it's maybe a possible solution. Camper van and caravan. So you call these in North America, I think, a trailer, a living trailer. But I'm talking about I'm not talking about a big 40-foot one. I'm talking about like a portable one. So they're like 15. They're like the length of a car, say, but bulkier. We call them caravan. Caravan is camp van without an engine, basically. Yeah, these may be solutions with a mini. With a mini wood stove cooker. Yeah. Mini wood cooker. These might be an idea, you know. It's not gonna work because it's too small. If you had a person friend, yeah, it's too small. Even if you had your own one each, which is better, it's still definitely not viable. It's just too small. It's all right in the short term to the mid term, but in the long term situation, it's too small. Again, in the non-long term, the mid and short, then it might be okay, and it might be something as a pit stop that you could think about. So maybe it's something that could be thought about. So yeah, corrupt infrastructure is the problem again. Like running up the down escalator, it's almost like, I'm not going to say it's gravity's fault, but it's not the individual, it's the structure. So I don't know, modern capitalistic, soundbite always says individual work hard bollocks. They're always doing nepotism. It's a load of crap. So yeah, again, as a pit stop, as a mid to short term, maybe, but on a more longer term basis, I don't think. I mean, maybe if you can chop the logs yourself, maybe a self-build. If it was like a 2-story, if it had some sort of loft or a half story, like to storage, maybe. Again, maybe labour to overcome money, even again if it's only 10% or 15%, it can help, potentially. So, to reiterate, it's not probably viable to do it. It's too cramped. It's just too cramped. Possibly if you had like a mini shed or a miniature warehouse, like a tiny. Yeah, the mini warehouse, maybe you could, because it doesn't require heating and lighting, so you could maybe put some of the items in there, and you could save on heating and lighting, and then live in the caravan, kind of. I don't know, but it doesn't require as much money, as long as it's wet proof and it doesn't get any damp on it from the rain. As long as it's wet proof, then that's the main thing. Then it doesn't require, because if you're keeping books or whatever, it needs to be wet proof and damp proof, but it doesn't need heating, the book, because it doesn't need to live in the way a human does. So maybe you could put some of your stuff, or it doesn't have to be books. If they're perishable, it can be non-books. It can be tins, cans, ponchos, coats. I don't know, whatever you want. Yeah, because it doesn't require necessarily heating, and if you insulate it as well, things. So you could have like an outhouse storage. Save money on the heating and lighting, and then in the caravan have the heating and lighting in there. Anyway, it's just all ideas to think about, I guess. But yeah, that's the reason. It's not individual laziness. It's that this alliance, and then this. Yeah. So, what are you gonna do? And then normal people will tell you, suck up to the system. Basically be a liar. Basically, it's good in that culture. It's good to be deceptive, to lie. You know, it basically topsy turvy. Bad behaviour is considered a good idea, in whereas any sane culture you would say bad behaviour is a negative idea, not a good idea. But yeah, it's crazy how it goes, and so as the new system and whatever, because they're masters of, so whatever the dominant system is, they're fantastic at modifying it, adapting, like the status quo, the dominant system, fantastic at it. Have no ability to do alternative thinking, zero ability, but fantastic ability at fitting in with the dominant system, the status quo system. Yeah, so that's a pain, but again, what are you going to do? So yeah, maybe as a short-term, mid-term solution, in the non-long term, maybe some ideas of there, and then this might be on a longer term basis. If again, you can get the logs for the local area and maybe get reduced price, or get them whatever cheaper, or I don't know, get a subsidy. I do not know, but yeah, those, because this is all within the system, and so the idea would be to use the system against itself, I guess. Just try and get enough together to get off system. I don't know. I'm just rambling, it's just an idea. I don't know. Anyone's welcome to chip in. I don't know, I'm not a techno geek. I'm not great. The shamanism I love, but techno skills I am rubbish at. Very rubbish. And I've got no interest in. And it's inefficient. It's more inefficient than the physical jobs, but whatever. So yeah, you use the money you get from the digital job to get off system. I don't know. I really don't know. Bushcraft is a really good way. Anyone is interested even slightly. It's a really good way of, because it's it's not 100% free, it's near free. If you use wood spindles and things that you can craft from nature, yeah, you can do it very thrifty, very cheap. So very good idea for money saving. I suppose also in normal capitalistic culture they like to be lied to be sold things, which again, if you want to be genuine and authentic, is very sad. So I don't really know the answer around that. But yeah, I don't know really. Creativity. So this can be a way around corruption potentially too. So if you have the wood cooker with one stove plate, one stove ring on it, then you could have a double decker pan. So you've got your stove, you've got your stove ring here, you've got your wood fire there, just write wood fire, you've got your wood fire, and your stove ring, and then say your pan. Pan is there for P, and then so on top you could put another pan, and so the hot temperature from the first pan, the hot steam, can heat up the second pan, double decker pan. So the hot steam can heat up the second pan. So it might be creativity. It might be an idea there. If you've only got one, you can get two from one double decker pan or stovetop oven like the Coleman box. Yeah, if you haven't got an internal oven, but you can cook in the firebox too if you put things in tin foil like baked potatoes. So that's another way. And also on top, so you've got, without having an internal oven, you've got a stovetop oven, double decker pan idea, and you can use it as itself, as its own idea. It's just the regular stovetop, hot plate. Yeah. So you've got kind of 3 out of 1 there. So that's this idea of creativeness that can be applied to, off system or business or making a living. I don't know. Again, I don't know, but I'm trying, and it's so slow. To trust anyone because of the unofficial. I just want to say unofficial. This is self-speculation, but because of the unofficial, it's really difficult because of being treated badly so many times that I don't even trust necessarily other. Yeah, that's how bad it is. That's how many times it's happened to me. That I don't necessarily even trust all in this area. So it's very difficult, and it's so hard, to even make this channel on this, using this technique, because of the amount of times that things have happened, the amount of times, the amount of trauma. Anyway, but without that, you can't do anything at all. You live in a cave and just starve. I don't know, but it's really hard. I'm really trying, like really trying very hard. So yes, not easy for me. With regards to ideas of podcasts, I've got flipping tens of thousands of hundreds of thousands, could just never run out. Static steam engines, steam trains, steam pumps, the 1700s, chronometers, automatons from the 1700s, Greco-Roman, antiquity, hieroglyphics from Mesoamerica, non-Egyptian pyramids and hieroglyphics from Central America. So yeah, I can never run out. I've just got tons. Obviously, again, it's in their culture. It's marketability. So if you market a average, bog standard, very run-of-the-mill product, marketed very strongly, will win against a very high quality product that isn't marketed, because again, in their crazy, insane culture, marketability is what wins, not quality, which is nuts. But again, it's how they want it. It's very odd. It's very mentally disturbed, but it's how they want it. So, yeah. This one again, I could do about 10 million videos just on that one. That one's really a problem. But marketability, this one right here, yeah, is the thing that wins in the capitalistic normal culture. So that's what wins, not quality. Unfortunately, we have a sad face. Marketability. So how do you do that without being fake? I don't know. Also, yes, I don't know. So yes, I'm going to recap now. So it's that. I talked about getting many out of one, getting 3 out of 1. Or 4 if you use the firebox. Then there's the off system, but it needs to, this is maybe a good idea if you have a person friend, you know, something bigger. It's gonna be too, it's good for the short term, it's gonna be too small in the longer run of things. So maybe this, like a mid-size, a reasonable size one, like a double decker one, or a 1.5 decker, you know, just something mid-size that's reasonable, not small that it's cramped, but not huge that it's unrealistic, just something reasonably acceptable size, and that would make more sense then. I don't know, I mean, again, the trust thing, for that, it's like the most difficult thing in the world, again, because of the amount of abuse that's gone on. So, you know, when you've been abused enough times, this goes to 0. But then you can't move anywhere, you can't do anything. But, as I say, there's non-stop repeat abuse, and then this is where you end up. So now I'm trying to get out of that again, and the level of difficulty is just craziness. So yeah, getting 3 or 4 out of 1, then the off system, and then the capitalistic rigged structure, you know, and then the AMD laptop. And I've got one with a laptop, I've got one, and because I'm techno rubbish, techno white belt I am, very white belt at techno skills, then I'm not very knowledgeable, so it's very difficult. I could do extremely basic things on it, and that's the way it is, I guess. And then there's that, if you need portability, get a good quality budget, you know, laptop. Best, yeah. But again, me with technology, magic, yeah. Shamanism, yes. Technology, not so much, to be honest. But if you can get enough resources, you know, with this job, with the on-grid job, to then use the system against itself, so you get enough to then get off the system. So use the system against self. Yeah. Just to recap, I like to have my own spellings. Anyway. Yeah, the thoughts, ideas, solutions, positive solutions here. You see? Positive solutions. Or at least the idea of positive solutions. The mindset. How to do it. I don't know. Everything I'm doing is sitting on this. And I don't know how I'm doing it. Because, again, it's like... It was abused so many times that it went zero in my situation, and then now I have to pull myself out of it. Anyway, final words. I'll just give an extra. There you go, and wait for the picture to clear up with the lens, which it won't do, so I'll just have to cancel the... there we go. There you go. Okay, guys.